The night of the opening of the Apple Store on Fifth Avenue in New York, I felt seen. It was May 19th, 2006, and at 6 p.m. we opened the doors and greeted several hundred people who'd been waiting in line since the night before. It was our second New York Apple Store and the first 24-hour Apple Store in the world, so everything about this opening had to go above and beyond all that had come before. Steve Jobs hired Boland Sawinski Jackson, the architecture firm that designed many of the Apple stores, as well as the Seattle home of Bill Gates, to create something magnificent that could entice customers to visit what was essentially a basement space on Fifth Avenue. The result was a cube-shaped design wonder that housed an underground retail store accessible via a glass elevator and transparent spiral staircase. It wasn't just the design that made headlines, but the vision to keep it open 24/7. The store's leadership team was sitting around the table in Ron Johnson's glass office when we first discussed the viability of a 24-hour store in New York. Ron had previously transformed Target, and alongside Steve Jobs, had envisioned the stores from inception. Yes, store is capitalized, because these weren't just any retail technology stores. These were the Apple stores, and, as we saw it then, an entirely new technology experience. I was the head of HR and talent, responsible for the hiring and training of people and the culture within the stores, an environment that proved ultimately transformative in the retail industry and beyond. I was additionally an active participant in the leadership decisions made for the stores for more than a decade. I sat in countless meetings, debates, and discussions, just like that one, where we obsessed over details small and large, such as the viability of an all-hours store. Was the idea brilliant or completely inane? We hashed out the concept, raising varying points of view, until I saw at least one path to the decision that I didn't recall anyone else raising. New York has a world-class arts community from theaters to arenas, clubs, and performing arts centers. Every performer, worker, craftsperson, artist, technician, and vendor who works non-traditional hours and owns or wants to own an Apple product would likely become a customer of this store, readily frequenting it at 2, 3, or 5 a.m. I believed this because I had been familiar with this world since I was a child. My Brooklyn-born mother had made sure I was well acquainted with the art and culture of New York City, and the lives of my New York extended family, comprising night shift nurses, small business owners, researchers, photographers, and service workers, did not lend themselves to white-collar conventionality. It was the recollection of the lives and journeys of my New York family, my Louisiana family, and my Colorado upbringing that informed the perspectives I'd share in that meeting and many others. In that conversation, my life experiences helped shape what would become a historic place, not only for New York City, but also for the world. And of course, there was the fact that I was also the only Black woman executive in those rooms, contributing to the Apple Store vision and thought process, one that would make business history and a dent in culture as we knew it. We believed that the city that doesn't sleep needed an Apple Store that didn't sleep, seeing and serving the people whose job it was to inspire, uphold, and serve the spirit of the city and the world. We also had the opportunity to serve another dimension of New York, the round-the-clock service population, those we have since deemed essential, the human infrastructure of the city. We could enable them by attending to their growing and aspiring tech needs at times they could better manage. After all, an iPod Shuffle or an iPod Nano with 1,000 tunes in one's pocket could be great company on a night shift. And for the pros, the switch to Intel processors for infrastructural IT could see its way to new enterprise activity. The 24-hour store experience was envisioned as a people-first proposition, and this way of seeing the Apple Store Fifth Avenue experience would become part of Apple lore. In the always open vision we held for it, profit potential might not have made sense, but the opportunity to serve people certainly did.